Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the HDS-1616 16 input, 16 output HDMI matrix. This product was designed to make it really easy for you to connect 16 different HDMI media devices to 16 high-definition monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of those monitors at any given time by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit, using the included infrared remote control, by connecting it to your network and opening a web browser so you can access the internal graphical user interface, or through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. The product fully supports 4K media content and is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the product. And then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. I'll list the features and functions that this product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the HDS-1616. You'll find a single 12-volt 3-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, which plugs directly into the DC input port in the rear of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. You'll find a cable that has an RS-232 connection on one end and a USB-A connection on the other end, and you can use this to connect this unit to a local computer through any open USB-A port to send signals to it to actually control your selections. You'll also find an infrared remote control included, which allows you to make your selections from quite a distance away from the product. And finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about this product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list those features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. The product features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the sensitive electronics inside. On both sides of the cabinet, you'll find ventilation holes that are really designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape, and that keeps the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with a bracketing kit if needed to mount this unit up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the unit are 4 holes that help you mount this inside of a video rack very easily. And on the left-hand side, you'll find a full digital display that will list the current status of the product, as well as some of the configuration options available that you can change. To the right of that are 16 buttons labeled input and 16 more buttons labeled output. And these control which of the inputs is currently being sent to a display monitor, and you can change that manually by just tapping the input and choosing the output you'd like that media content sent to. To the right of that are 6 more buttons. The 2 on the left are up and down, and those can be used to change certain configuration parameters in the menu. To the right of that on the top is an EDID button. You can tap that to step through the various options available for the EDID settings. Below that is an Enter button. You can use that to enter the configuration choices you've made in the menus. To the right of that is a Save and a Recall button. Once you've configured this to your liking, you can hit the Save button to actually save that configuration for later retrieval. Below that's the Recall button. That's the one you'll use to recall a previous configuration you've saved. To the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from the remote control are picked up. So when you set this up on your desktop or your media center, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. On the bottom of the cabinet, you'll find 4 rubber feet that help to protect the surface you set it down on and keep it from sliding around during operation. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, on the bottom, you'll find 16 full-sized HDMI ports labeled output. Those connect to the 16 monitors you'd like to use with the product for displaying your content. There are 16 more full-sized HDMI ports above it, and those are labeled input, and these connect to the media devices you'd like to share the content from with your output displays. On the top on the rear, you'll find 2 RS-232 connections. You can use this one with a local computer to actually control the selections for the unit. This one is used for looping to another HDS-816 or HDS-1616 if you'd like to control multiple units from a single RS-232 connection. To the right of that is a LAN port. You can actually add this unit to your local network and then open a browser on any computer connected to that network to access the internal graphical user interface. To the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can plug that power supply into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there with a locking collar that you can tighten so it doesn't pop back out. To the right of that is an on and off switch you can use to power the unit on and off. And finally, a ground lug all the way on the right that you can use to ground this to earth ground to eliminate any possibility of static electricity. The OREI HDS-1616 is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media devices, including game consoles, media players like Apple TV, digital projectors, computer systems, and streaming devices. The product's features include full support of 4K media content. It provides 16 HDMI inputs and 16 HDMI outputs for connection to your equipment. It is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, and the kit includes an infrared remote control for selection of your input versus output relationships, as well as offering control through a LAN connection and an internal graphical user interface, or through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 3 small media players. 2 of them are displaying different images just to make it easy to tell them apart, and the third one is actually looping a video. I've also set up a mini PC because I'd like to show you that you can easily mix and match a wide variety of different HDMI media devices on this unit at the same time. And this is the media content that I'd like to display in my output monitors. Over here I've set up 4 high definition displays as my output devices, and this is where I'd like to enjoy the content from those media devices. In front of me I have the HDS-1616. Now this product fully supports up to 16 different HDMI media devices and up to 16 different high definition output monitors, so you can easily expand your system well beyond what I'm demonstrating today. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the displays directly to the unit, and I've already connected a high-speed HDMI cable up to each of the displays, and I'll plug those cables directly into HDMI output number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And then we're ready for the input devices. Again, I've connected a high-speed HDMI cable up to each one of those, and I'll plug those into HDMI input port number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And it's really important that you use high-quality HDMI cables to make all these connections, because this unit supports 4K media content, which is a really high resolution, so a good quality cable will ensure the highest resolution possible on your monitor. Now we're ready for power. I've already plugged in that power supply. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which I'll plug directly into the DC input port in the rear of the unit, and then I can turn it on. Now the minute I turn the unit on, it starts that power on self-test. You'll hear a beep. That means it's passed the power on self-test, and it's checking the resolution of the input media devices and the resolution of the monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture. And there you go. There are your 4 inputs being displayed in individual monitors. Now, one of the nice things about a matrix like this is you can send the same input to all of your output monitors, or you can mix and match as needed for your particular scenario. So I could send input number 1 to output number 2, 3, and 4, input number 2 to other ones, so you have complete control over the relationship between your media content and the output display. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI HDS-1616 helpful. This product provides a really easy way for you to connect 16 different HDMI media devices to 16 high-definition monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of your monitors at any given time, again by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit, using the infrared remote control from quite a distance away from the product, or by connecting it to your local network and opening a web browser on a computer anywhere on that network so you can access the internal graphical user interface, or through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. The product fully supports 4K media content, and it's both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with all of your modern media equipment. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.